guys, here we are, MMA UK News, Stoomboy, as always, MMA UK BJJ show. So, talking about Grapplefest 12, going to be at the usual place in Fusion Nightclub, Fleet Street in Liverpool. Now, it's going to be Saturday, 21st of May. So we're only just over 2 weeks away now. 2 weeks and 2 days. So the time is counting down. So it's going to be an unbelievable night. I mean, we always talk about this unbelievable nights that Grapplefest put on. And this is no different. This is probably one of we always say the best show is Grapplefest 11. It was Grapplefest 10, but they seem to be getting better and better every time these guys put on a show. So Grapplefest 12, I'd say, is no different. Obviously, guys, anybody that wants to go, make sure you hit up your fighters. Fighters might still have some tickets available. If they don't, then check the Grapplefest Facebook page, go through to their booking system and see what they have. Anybody that can't make the event on the evening, then make sure you head over to Fight TV. They do have the details on Fight TV about Grapplefest. Now, there is 3 options for payment for Fight TV. So you've got a monthly subscription, a yearly subscription, and you've got a pay-per-view price. Now, I've said it a few times, obviously the best, most cost efficient is probably taking the annual subscription. It works out, it's about $50, which in UK money, I think it's about £35, £38. So for a year's subscription, you'll probably get 3 or 4 Grapplefest events on that year as well. So you'll definitely save money by doing that yearly subscription. So my next guest then is going to be on the show that night. So Sam Barker, Smoothflo Academy, going to be up against Ashley Wagg of Horizon BJJ. So 2 absolutely fantastic young grapplers on the scene at the moment. So we always love seeing the young guys coming out and putting on a show. As we were talking before, the young guys seem to be a lot more hungry for it. They want to go out in there. They're always looking to put on a show, which, as I said, Sam Barker is definitely one of these guys that always loves to put on a show wherever he goes. So, listen, Sam, a pleasure talking to you, as always, buddy.
Pleasure to be here, man. Thank you so much. What an intro. I feel, just so blessed to be in this position, to be on a card with people watching and, get the opportunity to test my skills, and put on a show for people. So thank you for having me on the show. And I'm looking forward to GF12.
Definitely. Listen, I always love chatting with us. We spoke the last Grapplefest, so obviously you'd mentioned obviously first time being on Grapplefest. So I mean, how was it coming out? So obviously I know that Grapplefest, anybody that's ever seen it on TV, it looks awesome on the TV, and then anybody that's ever been in a venue, it's even better being there live and in person.
Yeah, it was so surreal. So going backstage and having, the who's who of grappling there. Chris runs a really good show. You've got like this standoff between you and your opponent, and it goes through, the whole card. You stood there just seeing that take fold beforehand, and then the walkout was amazing. The atmosphere of the crowd at the event, and just the whole hype of Grapplefest really, and it was amazing. All these jiu-jitsu fanatics there, just hungry to see a good show. Yeah, it was phenomenal. Loved it.
Yeah.
Can't wait to get back.
It is. It's a great venue. I mean, as I say, it's a perfect venue for Grapplefest as well. Because obviously, as you know, I mean, Grapplefest can move to a bigger venue. It could easily fill 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 seater venue. Whereas having it there, where there's only like 500 people in, very, very intimate, spectators on top of the action, it's definitely the best place to have Grapplefest.
It's really something special. Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah. Really, really good. And just the crowd, like everyone shouting and stuff like that, it definitely kept me going at certain points in that match, which were, very fucking tough. I almost went out on one of the darces and it was just chaos at points, but hearing everyone cheering and stuff, like that's another level. It's another notch of motivation in there to, keep going and to put on a show as well and make it interesting and not take those moments of, breaths, just fucking go for it, like make it interesting.
Yeah. And that's the thing, I mean, as well, the crowd are very, very knowledgeable at Grapplefest. They all know what they're watching.
Yeah.
So they love them. I mean, from the very first fight, I think the first fight that was on that night was Jared Schaefer, him going out and getting the win.
Jack Assad.
So that very first fight, going from there all the way through to the obviously Dante Leon main event, was just
Yeah.
fucking crazy, man, all the way through. And the
Yeah.
crowd were loud, they were noisy, and everybody was drunk, which was absolutely brilliant as well. The Liverpool people love to get a drink in, do you know what I mean? So, but it was a great night, a really, really great night had by all.
Oh, it was amazing. Yeah, it's surreal. And it's only
Yeah.
going to get better, isn't it? It's only going to get better.
Yes. It'd be amazing to see where Chris and the guys at Grapplefest can take it. Do you know what I mean? Because I mean we've had some of the top grapplers out there at the moment have been on every single show. Do you know what I mean? So,
Yeah,
and we always talk about,
absolutely.
because I know when me and you spoke the last time, it was like, well, where does he go from here? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, this is a Grapplefest 11 was a phenomenal card. Grapplefest 12 is even better. Grapplefest 13, how's he going to top it?
Yeah, well, just keep getting better, I hope.
Yeah,
And I hope he
yeah,
keeps having me on. I just want to, I want to keep performing and make it interesting. And I think that's what everyone wants to do on this card. Like Chris creates that kind of a culture.
yeah,
It's really good.
yeah. No, that's brilliant. And then, what about you then, training wise? So obviously, again, when we spoke the last time, obviously you were kind of deep in training, getting ready for Grapplefest 11. So obviously this will be exactly the same. So how have you been mixing up training this time?
Just training like crazy, going into those red zones. I've been at AVT twice this week. Was at Carlson's for the East Yorkshire Open mat. Been through to Darlington, all over the place. Trying to get
Yeah,
more rounds in with different people, more lightweights as well, and technical people, and just testing my game. I'm always training a lot though. And I train every day, at least an hour of jiu-jitsu every day, and that's a very shy amount most days. It's 2 or 3, and so yeah, just doing what I do, but doing it with a little bit more intensity, I suppose. Yeah, and enjoying it.
is there any lightweights at Carlson's? I don't think there
There's a
is any
few. Well,
lightweights.
the East Yorkshire Open mat was awesome because there's a few gyms that come together for that. There's
Yeah,
Scramble Academy, there's Bama in Halifax, I think they call it, and then all sorts of other gyms dot in that Fight Ministry. So yeah, there was lightweights, a lot of them. Owen actually split the gym into over and under 75, which worked in my favour. So yeah, it was awesome.
because I always laugh whenever I see obviously a picture's going up, Owen putting pictures up, and it just looks like just absolute savages across the do you know what I mean? And it's all big
It's so
guys, all
amazing. You can't make anyone out, isn't it? It's
yeah.
insane. Yeah, they pack that gym out. It's awesome.
Yeah, nah, definitely a great setup there. Great setup at Smoothflo as well. Obviously, the gym's looking
Thank you very
awesome
much.
as
Yeah,
always.
we're loving it.
So,
To have a fully dedicated academy in Scarborough is amazing.
yeah,
And for people to be able to train it from a young age all the way up. And if you want to, when you're an adult, if you really get into it, you can train every single day. There's a session. So
yeah.
we're loving it.
How do you ever get days off?
Not really. No, don't even take bank holidays off. I'm starting to think that I might do that in the future. Take
Yeah,
bank holidays off. But no, I'm loving it. And that's, we're teaching kids classes. We've got, as I said, the adults classes. And then I'm going out and training elsewhere as well as
yeah,
much as I can. So during the day, those ABT sessions and stuff like that, squeezing in everywhere else where I can. Yeah,
yeah.
loving it.
What do you do? I mean, if you do get some downtime, what do you like doing in your downtime?
I've been going to the sauna a lot recently, which is still connected, but that's good. Chilling out in
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
chatting to people there. And other than that, really just reading and looking at me Instagram for the gym, and then every now and then, just I don't know, going out for meals, and
yeah,
I don't drink too much or anything like that. So
yeah.
yeah, everything's focused around jujitsu mostly. I got a
What's
dog. I
your
like to walk her.
yeah?
That's my life.
What about you talked about going out to eat? What kind of things? What's your go-to food?
Well, after we've been to a seminar or a competition or anything like that, we've got a tradition that we go to a Five Guys. We don't have a Five Guys in the Scarborough town, so we
Yeah,
take any excuse. On Monday, bank holiday, the open mat at AVT we went to, and then afterwards, me and Andy, we were like, right, let's go to that Asda across the road, get some fruit. And Jack was like, no, I'm driving, and it's tradition. We're off to Five Guys. So Five
nice,
Guys if we can, and in our local town, there's a few good burger spots and stuff like that. So
nice, nice. So a Five Guys. We all have a Five Guys, especially after comps. Do you know what I mean? Like the guys will always go. Well, it's usually Five Guys, or they'll hit a Nando's or something like
it's
that.
just ramming in the calories for me. Like doing the training that I do, burning so many calories, it's hard to keep on the muscle mass, which I like to. So I just sometimes I'm not afraid just to demolish the ridiculous amount of fries you get there, the burger, and a good milkshake as well.
Yeah,
Love it.
yeah. We had a
Yeah,
guy. we had a guy a few years ago. We went to a competition that was one of the ones Lawrence Dutton, BJJ 24/7, so in Blackpool, and the kid, he must have been, what age was Sandy? He was 17-year-old. And we said to him, right, obviously get some food. Make sure you've got some food. So when you get down to Blackpool, you've got food there. So he's sitting in the stands, and I remember going over to him and saying, right, have you got food with you? Yes, I've got food. Right, what have you got? So he opened up his bag. He pulled out a large fries, another large fries, 2 Big Macs, and a frozen microwave meal. Right, and I was like, what have you got all that for? He's like, well, I've got this. I obviously got the Big Macs because I thought I'll have that before I go on the mats. And then the frozen, have they not got any microwaves here? And I'm like, no, man, you're in a sports centre. There's no microwaves here at all. So that was him. As I said, he got his McDonald's or that before the actual competition. So, and he ate them all. He ate the both Big Macs and the fries, and then went on and obviously competed. So
Madness.
unbelievable.
No, I'm pretty studious. Like before a competition or before training, like during the day I eat clean, but then at the end of the day, once the job is done, I can sometimes, pig out.
Yeah.
Especially those post-comp 5 guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
No,
whenever
sorry,
you
that
see
ain't
it,
very interesting, is it? I do other stuff as well, but it's a private life.
definitely,
Stoomboy.
definitely. And then what about Grapplefest 12 then? So how did you find out about the call up for that?
So I was messaging Chris, straight after the event, really, and we were just going back and forth. I was saying I enjoyed it. He was saying, thanks for putting in a good shift, which I was, pleased to hear. And I was saying I wanted the rematch with Tad. Obviously, I want to get him back. I felt I could have performed better in that one. So we were just going on, and he was saying that wasn't available. And, closer to him announcing the event, he said, what about Ashley Wagg? And I was aware of the name, and it clicked straight away that he was the guy who broke Mark's foot last time. But I thought I ain't going to turn it down just because of that. He ain't doing that shit to me. Ran through my head, and so I took the match. Yeah, and I'm just pleased to get an opponent who's of a decent caliber. He's been on this show a few times before, and yeah, we can make it an interesting matchup, interesting, technical, and I should enjoy it. Fingers crossed.
Definitely. I mean, that's a good thing as well. I mean, I keep saying this about the matchmaking at Grapplefest. The matchmaking is very, very even. Like whenever Chris puts a match up together, it's always two male or female, regardless of what it is. It's always they're very, very close in skill and so on, and they're very, very technical. And do you know what I mean? And that's something about you and Ashley. I see very, very similar in a way. Because again, you both will push the pace for 10 minutes. And again, there'll be no backing down. Do you know what I mean? You'll both go for it, and you're both very, very technical as well. Obviously, watching the both of you at Grapplefest 11, it was unbelievable to see. So, so it's going to be a very interesting matchup. Certainly coming
Hell
the
yeah,
21st.
yeah. It's going to be awesome. Just so excited to be on the stage. To have people want to watch it is a mind blower. Afterwards, last time when everyone was saying, "Oh, that was awesome, thank you very much," I was like, "Well, this is a trip, isn't it?" I did not expect this. About a year ago.
Yeah,
I'll be honest. So yeah, I'm loving it, and obviously I respect the fact that I'm at a low level and just working my way up. But yeah, absolutely blown away to be able to do it. And I'm looking forward to again putting on a decent show and beating Ashley, and then working up the card. Fingers crossed.
definitely. I mean, you say low level. I mean, you're definitely not. I mean, as Chris Thompson, the people that go on Grapplefest are some of the top guys across all different belt levels, male and female. Do you know what I mean? So, and very, very highly regarded grapplers as well. So obviously, remember, not everybody gets on. If you were a low level guy, would you be on Grapplefest? Definitely
Well,
not.
yeah, thank you very much. I just, with everyone on that card, I respect the fact that there's people on there who've done so much more than I have, and I want to build up to that level. I'm just trying to compete as much as I can.
Yeah.
So, I know where I'm at, but I also know where I want to go, and I think this is the right way to get there, and I'm blessed for the opportunity. And yeah, it's still, this is the start of my journey, though, I suppose, is the point I'm making.
Yeah, yeah. Nah, we're definitely looking forward to seeing you on the 21st again. So, what about you then? What we're going to see for the rest of the year then, Sam? So, I know it was a few months ago since we spoke. So, obviously events. We're now seeing events. Obviously, we've got like big events like IBJJF are now coming back. They're now back in Europe. Going to have London and so on. You've got grappling industries popping up everywhere at the moment. So, and then obviously other shows as well. Grapplefest, obviously further down the line. Grapple Kings as well is coming to Southampton in July. That's the Irish promotion, Grapple Kings. So I think they're doing an England versus Wales event. So there's also that as well.
Yeah, I need to sit down and look at the comps which are coming up, and I want to sign up for as many as I can. And I just want to go ahead, and I'm not too focused on any particular event right now. I would love to get onto, things like the, Polaris undercard and stuff like that going forward. But I'm really just looking to compete wherever it's available, and get medals at the competitions like the British Open and stuff like that, as well as looking to get on the shows. And just really, I'm all about improving my jiu-jitsu, and it's just getting out there is the best way to do it. Training at different gyms, so everything that comes with it, training and competing. That's going to be me.
We'll need to get you up to Scotland, mate. We'll need to get you up to Scotland for an SGI, Scottish Invitational. So the Scottish Grappling Invitational. It'll be good to see you up here. We've got 5 guys here as well. We've got a couple of 5 guys here in Glasgow.
So, yeah, done deal. Yeah, no, I'd love to compete on any of those shows. These some really good shows coming out of the UK right now. It's awesome to see.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant for grappling. I mean, grappling's at an all-time high at the moment. I don't think it's ever been better. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's always been great, but now it just seems to be on another level. Now we've got people like Ash Williams is going out there, and obviously ADCC trials. We've got a lot of guys, and male and female, from the UK going to be in Poland on Saturday for obviously the final trials. So hopefully we'll get a couple more coming from the UK on that. I know Owen Livesey is going over there to run Riot, hopefully.
Owen Livesey, he'll do well, I'm sure. I think his style, is well suited to that rule set, isn't it?
Yes.
It's awesome. The grapplers that are coming out of the UK is amazing. The growth of jiu-jitsu in general is amazing, and blown away.
Yeah, and you're part
of that. It's grown around me in Scarborough as well, and since I started, what we've got now is insane, and it's thanks to all the guys at the gym. There's been people just gradually sowing the seed all over the world, and it's flourished, hasn't it? It's amazing.
Definitely. And then takes on to the final thing then, Sam. So obviously, again, anybody you want to shout out to. So the usual friends, family members, teammates, anything like that, buddy.
Yeah, coaches, Luke Randall, thank you so much. All my training, most part is done with him. Recently, I've been over at Danny Mitchell's as well, working with him. All the guys who support our gym from, combat bases, Roberto and Darren and Helen. We have black belts from all over visiting us, and, appreciate everyone that I've trained with in that regard. All my teammates, we've got some smashing guys that I'm sure are going to come on to shows like Grapplefest in the future, and show you guys what we've got in Scarborough Town. And my dad's been driving me around recently as well. I need to get my own car. He's been driving me around, so big thanks to him. Thanks to everyone who's going to buy a ticket for the event, and everyone who's going to tune in to watch. And thank you, Stoomboy, for having me on the show.
No, it's an absolute pleasure. As soon as I saw your name, I was like, yes, my boy. Because obviously, like you and, do you know what I mean? I get quite, and they always say that Stoom, you can't be, do you know what I mean? You've got to be, you can't be biased and say, oh, I want this person to win and that person. But I want all of you guys. I know you all can't go out and win, especially when you're fighting against each other. But I want you guys go out there and do it. Do you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you want to put in a show, win, lose, or draw. Right, the main thing you want to do is put on a show. So, and I absolutely love that. Absolutely love that. But yeah, listen, I'm rooting for every single one of you guys when you go out there. Because as I said, I want you going out and beating the best in the world. I want you up there against whoever they put in front of you. Do you know what I mean? So, and that's going to happen. Come over the next little while, man. You're going to come up against some of these top guys in the world, and yeah, we're going to be there to see you every single step of the way, Sam.
Well, thank you for having faith in us, man. Appreciate it. And I'm going to go out and put on a show for you. Brilliant. So I'll see you there. Looking forward to it.
So there we go, guys. We've got Sam Barker, Smoothflo Academy, going to be up against Ashley Wagg of Horizon BJJ. That's going to be Saturday, 21st of May, Grapplefest 12. Fusion Nightclub, Fleet Street in Liverpool. Tickets, get them directly through the Grapplefest Facebook page. And if you can't make the event on the night, Fight TV, head over to Fight TV and you'll get all the subscription details from Fight TV. So, Sam, always a pleasure talking to you, buddy.
And you, thanks so much for having me on. I will see you at the event.
See you then, buddy. Take it easy. Bye-bye.
All the best.